It's Jill here from Jersey. My name is Jill Windish. I'm an elite consultant with LifeVantage, if you don't know who I am. But I do live in Jersey, and that's why I got coined Jersey Jill. Welcome to the Build and Grow edition of November. November is going to be our last Build and Grow until February, and I respect all the time and effort that Brandon puts into us with leadership. So please pay attention. And if you haven't watched the past Build and Grows, they are all posted in our boards. So why do we want to watch the Build and Grow? Maybe you want to put a little extra zero in your paycheck. Maybe you want to build skills to make this business successful for you. I know that's why I do it, and I'm always learning. So the first speaker we're going to hear from is Amy, all the way from Australia. And she's been in network marketing space for 10 years, and she has a lot of really great insight. So let's listen to what Amy has to tell us. Hang on.
Hey everyone, it's Amy here, all the way over in Australia. Welcome to our Saturday training. Now, I've been asked today to talk about the power of leverage and residual income and really what it's done for me and what it could do for you too. So I thought it best today to share my topic with my story. So no slideshow, just the truth and what it's done for me. And the truth about what this business has meant could mean it for you too. Now, I've been in network marketing, guys, for over 10 years, and in that time, I've made millions of dollars. But more importantly, I've built a life of freedom, freedom of time, freedom of choice, and the ability to design my days around my family. Now, I have worked network marketing full time, and I have been in a job. And so when I first started, I honestly just wanted something a little bit extra, a little breathing room, and I wasn't looking to change my whole life. But over time, that's what happened. So let me talk about something that we all know, working a regular job. When you have a job, you trade time for money. You show up, you get paid. You stop showing up and the income stops. So no matter how good you are, there's always a limit. You only trade so many hours. And that's the reality for most people. Work hard, get paid, start again. But residual income is a totally different story. And that's when you do the work one time and you keep getting paid for it. It's like planting a seed that grows into a tree, one that keeps producing fruit year after year. And in our business, you get paid in a few really powerful ways. The two I'd like to talk about, or the three, sorry, are first, you earn from customers. So every time someone orders through you, you're rewarded for helping them start their journey. It's real income from real people who love the products and use them over and over again. Then, as you build a team, you create what's called leverage. Leverage means instead of relying only on your effort in the 24 hours you have, you're earning a small percentage from the efforts of others too. You're helping your team win, and together everybody grows. Now, the other exciting part is once you reach exec or executive level, you actually get to share in the company's global success and you tap into the leadership pool. And what that percentage of worldwide revenue is shared among the leaders. That's kind of when it really clicks, Like you're not just building a business, you're building an asset that grows as the company grows. And for me, that's leverage. That's kind of when everything changed. Because of this business, my husband had the freedom to change careers from being a nurse, working long shifts and missing family time, to following his passion and becoming a builder. And you don't often get to do that in your late 30s. And for me, it meant being at home with my kids, raising them, doing school drop-offs, being at sport days, and being present for those moments like my mum was for me. And that's the kind of freedom you can't put a price tag on. I'm getting emotional now. I won't lie, it didn't happen overnight. It took consistency and it took belief and a whole lot of growth. There were moments of doubt and times I questioned if I could really do it. But I kept showing up because I knew what was on the other side. Now I do get to live that. I still work. I love my job, but I get to create it and work because I want to, not because I have to. Residual income means that it's paying me over and over again for the work I did years ago. That is true freedom. especially after being in the industry for such a long time. So if you're sitting there thinking, I want more, I want options, I want freedom, maybe this is your sign. Because here's the truth. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll spend your life working until you can't anymore. Network marketing gave me that way. It gave me residual income, it gave me leverage, and it gave me freedom. Freedom for my husband to follow his dreams, freedom for my kids, and freedom for me to choose what I wanted to do. So my message today, guys, is simple. Don't underestimate what's possible for you. Learn the power of growing a team. Learn the power of selling, like many people have shared with you over these trainings. Build a residual income, build your team, be a good leader, and create the family, the life that your family deserves. Because if I can do it from all the way over here in the ditch, so can you. So that's my story, guys. It's what it's given me. It's what I love about this industry. Create your team. That means you don't have to keep working for someone else and paying their mortgage. Tune in, ask any questions that you want. And guys, I really love that you're here listening to my story because it's such an important part of why network marketing could be such a beautiful thing for you.
Did you hear what Amy had to say? That was power. She has such a good, strong belief in network marketing. It really touched me. Trading time for money. That's what I heard. It's funny what she said. She lives in the ditch. I never heard anyone say that. I heard people that live in the bush, and there's different parts of Australia. So thank you, Amy, for sharing with us so much. I love how she talked about customer rewarding us, how building a team for leverage. Leverage income is life. And I am an executive consultant, so I can appreciate the global rewards that we do get. But did you hear what she says? This doesn't happen overnight. It does not. I've been in network marketing for 10 years as well, 8 years with LifeVantage, but I keep showing up. You must keep showing up. You must have that strong belief for network marketing and power for growing a team. I mean, it's very powerful. But if you want to grow a team, that's where the leverage is. If you just want to be rewarded for customers, there's that too. So next up, we're going to listen to what Holly wants to share with us. Hang on, let's listen to Holly.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of our Build and Grow Blueprint. Holly Tomic here, and I get to talk to you about the second T in our ITT system, Invite Tool Team, correct? We're going to look at what it means to use the team for third-party validation. My hope is that when this training is done, you're going to feel like you have mastered the art of the three-way call. This is one of the most important parts of our system, and in my opinion, one of the absolute most underutilized. I want that to change. This is such a key part of your business. I want you to learn to use this to help you grow. We're going to look at this today from the aspect of both you being the connector, but also you being the validator in case you get asked to do this for your team or your cross line. But let's look at why we do this in the first place. When you use a third-party call, you're going to help to build trust and credibility through this third-party voice. You're going to leverage the experience and success of your upline. Your prospect needs to hear from somebody besides you. This also will show your prospect that they don't do this alone. If they say yes to partnering with you, you are demonstrating, setting an example of what it looks like to do this business. There's mentorship available. There's support here. It will also, and this is so important, it will also shorten the decision-making process for your potential business partners. This is key. Don't you want to get a yes faster or even a no sooner? I do. I want to help them make a decision as fast as possible and make the right decision for them. And when we use these three-way calls, they remove the pressure from us. Let someone else validate. Let someone else do the heavy lifting, especially if you're new, but even if you've been doing this a while. Let them do the talking for you. Bring someone on that can help reinforce what you've been saying. It is never about being the expert. It's about connecting them to someone who can just reinforce the message. So who do you involve in this? Well, ideally, you're going to choose someone in your upline or your crossline who's had results, they have credibility, and maybe even similar life experience or circumstances to your prospect if that's possible. Try to match the validator's story to your prospect situation. Maybe they're a busy mom or somebody with a health challenge is looking for not only better health, but a business opportunity. Entrepreneur business owners are great to connect with fellow business owners. Just know their life situation. Maybe try to connect them to somebody who can relate to that. Always ask permission. This kind of goes without saying, but you've got to get their permission to do this and then confirm availability when you're setting it up. You could say something like, hey, my friend Holly has worked with a lot of people in situations similar to yours and has helped them get great results. I'd love to introduce you to her. She can share some insights that might really help you decide if this could be a good fit for you. And then how do you set it up? Well, we already talked about you ask permission. And it could be even something more simple, like if I could connect you with someone who can answer your questions better than I can, would you be open to a quick chat? Super simple, right? And it's focused on them. We're here to help and serve them. Schedule the time so that everybody can be present. And then please do this for the validator. Text or message them your prospect's name, some of their background, what they know so far. Have they seen videos? Have they seen an overview? What have they been exposed to so they know what to expect? And also what they're curious about, or maybe what some of their biggest hangups are. Give them that background information to help have a much more successful call. And then set the expectations on time. Find out how much time is available for all parties. And you'll do that at the very beginning of the call anyways, but you want to know going in what this is going to look like. So then we want to make sure you're really, really, really good at edifying. Become an expert in edification, you guys. This is key. Your job is to make both people look great. You, as the connector, need to edify the validator before they even speak. We'll use Tori as an example here. This is Tori. She's helped hundreds of people get amazing results, and she's been a huge support to me. Then edify your prospect when introducing them. This is Sarah. She's super sharp and has been looking for ways to create more time freedom for her family. When you edify both parties, you're setting the tone of respect, you build instant credibility, and you're going to help the call to be very, very positive. Please don't underestimate the importance of the edification, you guys. It is awkward and unsuccessful to connect people without edifying both parties. Okay, what if you're the validator? What if your team calls on you and say, hey, I need a third-party call, or a cross-line member or friend calls on you? Let's look at the role of you as the validator. Again, you're there to provide credibility and reinforce what the consultant has said and shared. You want to know the goal of the call before it starts. So please ask the connector, the consultant who's reaching out to you to do this for them. Ask them, what is the purpose? Do they want you to close this person like today? Or is it simply to provide more validation or get some questions answered? That is very important. Then you're going to be there to serve the prospect by simplifying the information. Keep your answers short, keep them clear, don't make it overcomplicated, and let them do more talking than you are. Keep it focused on the prospect and keep it positive always. Here's some steps as the validator. Again, in the beginning, Brandon is so good at this. He's taught me well. Every time I ask him to come on a call, he will always say, hey, we're here for you. This is about you. How much time do you have today? And then we know if we have 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or 30 minutes, and everybody's on the same page. We want to be respectful of everybody's time. And then as the validator, hopefully by now you know a little background on the prospect, right? So you can share a brief, relatable story and help to establish common ground. Keep it short because, again, it's about them. It's not about you. But then I put here, edify you. That means if you're the validator, you need to edify the consultant who's doing the connecting, okay? Validate that person as a business partner. Say something like, you're in great hands. She's doing exactly what successful people do. Or, she's crushing it in this business, or whatever you want to say. Their strength is that person, that consultant. Share that with the prospect. Build that credibility for them as well. And address the prospect's questions, like I said, simply, confidently, and then guide them to the next step. Are they ready to get started? Is there going to need to be a follow-up call? Sometimes it's a second Zoom in a couple days. They need to get some questions answered. Maybe they got to talk to their spouse. Great, bring the spouse on the next call, right? But try to set up the next appointment, the next step. So now we know the role of the validator, the role of the connector. What should the call look like? How should it flow? Well, we know that you as the connector, you're going to introduce and edify both sides. Keep it short, but do them both justice. Then let the validator take the lead. They're going to share the story. They're going to answer some questions. They're going to find that common ground and provide that validation. You get to close the call. You can thank both of them for being there, and you can help confirm the next step. Take a note on this, please. This next part is key to this. If you want a third-party call to go well, whether it's a three-way phone call or a Zoom, you need to introduce and edify, let the validator take the lead, and then be quiet. You need to not talk. I will mute my Zoom, I will mute my phone line, and I will just listen. And oh my goodness, you can learn so much when we do this. But if you want a successful third-party call, let the validator do the talking. It is time for you to be quiet. Why this works. People need proof, you guys. Your prospects, they just need proof. They don't need pressure. So let's use this to give them proof. It demonstrates the teamwork and the mentorship, and it helps new consultants learn by listening and duplicating this process. It is key. Help them to do this sooner. Don't skip the three-way calls. They're one of the fastest ways to build momentum and belief, get your business going, shorten the decision-making process. You just need to let your leaders help you grow. All right. I hope this was helpful to you. Thanks so much for listening.
Thank you, Holly. Third-party validation through three-way calls are so important for your business. Dr. Terry will tell you, I did them for 6 months straight. I drove her nuts, at least 3 a day. But that's how you're going to grow your business. If you are not utilizing your upline, sidelines, anybody in the organization that can speak to that person, you're not going to grow your business. Very, very important to edify the speaker, edify the prospect. And the biggest thing she said is be quiet. I am guilty of not being quiet. So Dr. Terry has taught me in the past, you need to listen, say less, and let her do the talking. Anyway, excellent training, Holly. I do appreciate everything that you shared. Next up is Dr. Terry talking about our Healthy Edge Stack. Well, this is going to be intense, guys. So make sure you listen twice, maybe even stop the recording, go back and make notes, take pictures, whatever works for you. I know taking screenshots is how I do it. I'm not a note taker, but whatever it's going to take for you to hear the information, pay attention. Ready? Let's talk to Dr. Terry.
Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Terry Tomlinson. I'm a board certified naturopathic doctor and master herbalist. And I am so excited to share some great information about activation over supplementation for natural wellness. See, I always have to show a slide like this because we all have to understand that we live in a hijacked environment. I mean, when you look at these pictures, the smog, the poor diet, the spraying of chemicals everywhere, what's above us, what's below us, the trash, the stress. There are trillions of free radicals being created in our bodies daily. So we're going to talk about foundational health throughout the body. And I'm going to introduce the most exciting activation stack called Healthy Edge Stack. And it's made up of 2 products, essentially. Our flagship product, Protandim NRF2, the discovery that changed everything, and P84, which is emerging science that connects everything. So with Protandim NRF2, you know, for those of you that have already heard about this product, it is like a non-negotiable. There's 5 ingredients that you're familiar with, but what you have to know about it, green tea, ashwagandha, turmeric, bukapa, milk thistle, is it's about nutrigenomics. And nutrigenomics means taking natural compounds and putting together synergistically so that when they enter the body, they activate the body to do what it ought to be doing. And in the case of this one little yellow tablet, your own body will start creating antioxidants at a rate of 1 million per second every second of the day. It reduces your oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days, and you're going to see serious science that backs it up. It increases the master regulator of the body, glutathione, by 300%. And we're talking about your body producing it. Catalase, an enzyme, is increased by 40%. And superoxide dismutase, which we didn't even know was in our body, is typically gone by the age 20, is increased 30%. And you see a little graph down there that shows that even if they investigated each one of the ingredients separate, they are great. They're God's pharmacy. We love them. But when they're synergistically put together, look at the difference in what kind of delivery you're going to have in your body. So what can happen with uncontrolled oxidative stress? Okay, you can see here what free radical damage does to the body. It affects everything: your heart, your skin, your kidneys, your joints, your lungs, your brain, your immune system, blood vessels, multi-organs, and your eyes. Oh my gosh. But here's PubMed.gov, and you can go there yourself and you can pull up studies on Protandim Nrf2 from all kind of institutes that you already know and rely on. Here's the reason why. There was an ABC primetime investigative report done in 2005 with John Kionis, for those that remember, looking for products that are making claims, but trying to find whether it's real or not. And in the case of our product, they did a live blood test on national TV to disprove what the company claimed. And guess what? In 2 weeks, John Kionis reduced his own oxidative stress by 45%. And that's why there's so many studies. I mean, everybody went to town: American Heart, Johns Hopkins, Harvard, the National Institute on Health, and even Washington State University. And Washington State University, in their study, posted that Protandim Nrf2 potentially was the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. So why is it different? Okay, it's activation. See, in our company, everything is created so that you take it, Healthy Edge Stack, and make it the antioxidants and the gut peptides. See, your body, the way it makes it is way more powerful than anything you could supplement with. Antioxidants you make will keep cells in balance. Gut peptides you make regulate, repair, and restore the balance to your communication system. Together, they form a 24/7 offense and defense where your body is constantly being bombarded. So take P84, make your own gut peptides, because it activates 14 specific peptides that regulate, repair, and restore the entire gut as an organ. And here's something to pay attention to. Most people think the gut is only the microbiome, and they take probiotics, which are good, don't get me wrong, but the gut has 3 parts: the microbiome, the gut barrier, and the control center that is responsible to send correct signals to the cell. I mean, I could say that over and over again so people understand that that tube from your throat to the exit point is beyond important. So let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food. We've heard that through the years from Hippocrates. So with Phytopower 1, you feed and diversify. It contains essential whole foods that are beneficial, targeted probiotics, and powerful digestive enzymes to feed and diversify the gut microbiome, the body's center of health. And then over on the Phytopower 2, we're going to detox and balance. And it contains specialized blends that were specifically designed to help the body cleanse the microbiome of harmful toxins and promote healthy environment for beneficial bacteria to grow and flourish. But what makes P84 better? Because most green supplements, they contain greens. I mean, I'm a naturopathic doctor. I've been recommending them for years. There may be a few probiotics in it, maybe some enzymes, but P84 has phytonutrients, polyphenols, targeted probiotics, prebiotics, digestive enzymes, fermented foods, superfoods, postbiotics. Holy cow, yes, all of that in one system. See, again, Hippocrates said that all disease begins in the gut. We've heard that for years, but what did that exactly mean? Well, you're looking here at all the axes in the body. See, your microbiome is responsible for over 2/3 of the activation of your body systems. And you can look and see the heart, the lung, the bones, the muscles, the gut, the brain gut axis is huge. Liver, pancreas, skin, kidneys. I mean, what goes on in that microbiome is affecting everything throughout your entire body. Guys, plant life gives life. And here's the functions of the human microbiome. Okay, we've got digestion and nutrient absorption. That helps break down food, produce vitamins. Vitamins like your B vitamins, vitamin K, etc., are all created in that microbiome and improve nutrient uptake. Your immune support trains and strengthens the immune system. helping defend against pathogens. The metabolic balance, holy cow, regulates metabolism and influences weight, blood sugar, and energy levels. And then, of course, the gut barrier. I mean, we've all heard of that. I know you're familiar with that because we're hearing more and more and more these days about leaky gut. So it's going to maintain the intestinal lining. I need to get this thing out of here. Good golly, what's that doing? Maintain the intestinal lining and prevent toxins and harmful microbes from entering the bloodstream. And then we have, of course, the brain-gut communication center. It's producing your neurotransmitters like serotonin and GABA that affect your mood, your stress, your brain health, and finally the detoxification. It helps to neutralize and eliminate harmful chemicals and waste products. But look over here to your right. I just actually researched this, and 74% of people are not getting enough of your green vegetables and fruits, including like green apple. 70% are not getting enough of the yellow-orange veggies and fruits. 70% are not taking in enough of the reds, pomegranate, beets, all the things that really affect your cardiovascular system. And 88% of the people are not getting enough blues and purples. Lots of people have moved to blueberries, but like the purple fruits and veggies, not so much. So here's what's in the product. This is just going to blow your mind, okay? Whole foods. We've got the greens that really affect immunity and anti-aging, like barley grass, green apple, kale, spinach, broccoli, chlorella, etc. We've got the yellow-orange that affect energy and vitality, your carrots, papaya, sweet potatoes, orange, pumpkin, and literally lots of vitamin A going in with those color fruits and vegetables. And then we have the red. That's your circulatory system in your blood. Pomegranate we're familiar with for circulation. We're also familiar, typically I am, with Duluth for your thyroid, and certainly the beets we know cleans the blood, but all of the other things, your cherries, your cranberry, raspberry, etc. What about the blue purple for mental health? Blueberries, blackcurrant, bilberry. Do you know bilberry was used extensively in World War II for night blindness? Purple coneflower, grape. Grapes are amazing, especially if they came with the original seeds in them. Powerful antioxidants. Purple cabbage, the ebony carrots. Okay, so over here, we have the botanical blends, the phytonutrients, the detox blends like your blueberries, grapeseed extract. Holy cow, what an amazing, powerful thing that is. Acai, beetroot, cranberry, pomegranate. Or what about glutathione precursors that go in the body? Chlorella, spinach, kale, kelp, spirulina, or toxic binding blend. I mean, it just is mind-blowing what this product is delivering. Blackberries, raspberry, currant, purple carrot. And how about the fermentative assistance blend? So you've got chicory root, you've got plum ferment, you've got kombucha, you've got umbashi, and then probiotics that are going to cut through the short chain fatty acids, the gut barrier, and take care of the integrity blend. All kinds of the most powerful probiotics, but they don't stop there. Now we have pre, pro, and postbiotics as well. The prebiotics are full of beneficial bacteria, the Jerusalem artichoke, inulin, a baobab. We've got probiotics, 10 different powerful strains on this, and the postbiotics that are your digestive enzymes, papain, amylase, cellulase, and bromelain. And I love to point out digestive enzymes because you really have to understand, to break down those carbohydrates in your body, you have to have amylase to turn it into glucose. You have to have lactase in order to break down lactose into simple sugars. You need papain and bromelain to break down the proteins and turn them into amino acids. And get this, your body doesn't even produce 9 of the essential amino acids. It has to come from food. And then we've got lipase, which breaks down the fats, turns them into fatty acids and glycerol. And finally, cellulose, to break down cellulose into simple sugars and prebiotics. Guys, 10 products in one. That's what you're getting with this one system. I mean, look at it. Probiotics, targeted probiotics, postbiotics, detox toxin binders, glutathione precursors, fermented assistants, green blends, red blends, orange yellow blends, blue purple blends, 10 different systems in one. And I love this slide because I love this Dr. Casey Means. I don't know how many of you have read her book, but holy cow, you should go out and get it. It's called Good Energy. And in that book, first of all, it is a groundbreaking guide to optimizing your metabolic health, preventing chronic disease, and achieving overall wellness through simple lifestyle changes. A quote from her book: what if depression, anxiety, infertility, insomnia, heart disease, erectile dysfunction, type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's, dementia, cancer, and many other health conditions that torture and shorten our lives actually have the same root cause? What if? And the truth is, they do. And our ability to prevent and reverse these conditions and feel incredible now is under our control and way simpler than we think. The key is our metabolic function and the way we make energy in our cells and bodies. The ability to make good energy in our bodies is the most important and least understood factor in our overall health and the biggest blind spot in healthcare. So how do we use this product? Oh my gosh, it's so simple. You take PhytoPower 1 and you take PhytoPower 2, two separate containers, and you put them in essentially 8 ounces each, but 16 ounces of water ideally. It's delicious, but you can also mix it into juice. You can put it in smoothies, coconut water. Certainly, we have lots of people putting it in their Axio or combining some Axio in it. Just don't put it in anything hot because you will destroy the enzymes that you need to break down food in your body. So what can you expect from this product? Well, from month 1 to month 2, you're in reset. And the goal is going to be to eliminate harmful bacteria and begin restoring your balance. By month 3 and 4, you're starting to repopulate and diversify. So your goal is going to be promoting the most ideal microbiome environment. By month 5 and 6, you're starting to optimize. The goal there is to begin to improve every connection, optimize the gut body access. You see, in LifeVantage, we take it to make it, because LifeVantage is the activation company. Guys, I hope this information is helpful for you and your health, of course, for moving your family forward, but also for all the people you come in contact with that you could help, starting with cleaning up this whole entire microbiome. Thank you so much for listening, and best wishes for good health.
Wow, I told you that was going to be intense. When I listened to her, I'm mesmerized. Okay, I heard feed and diversify, detox and balance. And when did you hear that the gut has more than one system? There's the microbiome, the gut barrier, and the control center, which talks to the cell connectivity. That's huge. Did you see that picture of all the body parts and all the gut-brain axis, the gut-lung axis? That to me is huge. Think about all the body systems that product is working on. Wow, is all I can say. Remember, 30 feet from the entry point to the exit point, and 2/3 of our body system are affected by the microbiome. It's pretty impressive. Biggest thing I learned today, 70% of people are not eating the right amount of fruits and vegetables, and you're getting 40 fruits and vegetables in that Healthy Edge stack. And it also, if you watch, it said it works on the immune system, the metabolic system, the mental health, as well as the digestion. That is huge. 2 sticks makes the magic juice, is what we call it in our house. 2 rips and a sip. That's a funny joke that the Love Biome people say. I say 1 + 2 = 84, because it is 84 ingredients. If you didn't know that, that's the truth. Okay, excellent training. Go back and re-listen to anything that you need to hear. Next up is our fearless leader, Brandon Cunningham, talking about the Freedom Challenge. So let's hear what he has to say.
Hey everyone, excited to be here with you today. I got my hoodie on. It's a little chilly in Florida today. So I'm coming to you guys comfy, but ready to teach. So I was prepared to teach you guys on some comp plan stuff, diving down into some of the details around the Evolve Comp Plan. Sandy Tuggle did an amazing job last month with this. And if you didn't see it, go back and watch it. It's in boards. However, I'm not going to do comp plan. I'm going to talk about something else. Recently, in talking to some distributors, consultants, I realized that they were struggling a little bit with how we earn money versus the efforts they're putting in. And it reminded me of my situation. You guys, Lynette and I owned a bunch of corporations, and we were putting a lot of effort into our LifeVantage business in the beginning, ours, and we were not seeing the income that we had hoped. And it's because we were comparing the income from LifeVantage, which is not based on trading time for money, with the income from our traditional job that's only based on time for money. In your traditional job, if you don't show up for work, they probably don't pay you. You don't do the work once and get paid over and over. Like in a house business, if I flipped a house, I didn't get paid month after month after month. I got paid when we sold the house. We flipped the house. With your LifeVantage business, we educate people one time and we get paid over and over and over. People have asked me, Brandon, how much money did you make in your first month? And my response is, I don't know. And they say, what do you mean you don't know? And it's because I am still earning from my very first month. I had conversations 16 years ago in month one, and those people are still ordering product. And every time they order product 16 years later, my income goes up because of what I did 16 years ago once. I did not have to remind these guys the next month or the next year. They love the products. They're going to use the products. They've been using it. There's no reason to stop. And my income grows. Show me another business that does that. Okay. But somehow we compare our incomes to these traditional incomes. So I developed something for myself years ago. And now I've created something visually for you. I had this concept that I just wanted my time back. I did not do LifeVantage to make a bunch of money. I did this to get control of my time. And my time was basically being ruled by a business that I owned. So that means I had to go out and do the work. I didn't have control of my schedule. Sound familiar for you guys? There's things maybe you're forced to do that you would rather not do, but you have to do because it's how you earn money. Okay? I had to kind of play tricks on my mind because I was getting off into the weeds about my LifeVantage income. If I spent 5 hours in my traditional job, I knew how much money I was going to make. I spent 5 hours in LifeVantage, and who knows if I'd even make a penny. Sometimes I'd spend hours upon hours getting ready for an event and no one showed up. And it was driving me nuts. So I had to shift it. I had to refocus and pay attention to and learn this type income. It's like almost what we would call portfolio income. We don't use the word residual anymore, but think of an investment portfolio. You invest money, the money makes you money. You don't have to work for it again. It works for you. I want you to build a team in LifeVantage that works for you. We work, they work, we all earn together. Okay. So I developed this thing called the Freedom Calendar. Let me show it to you and explain exactly what it is. And I want you guys to download this. If you're watching this right now, maybe pause this, go to boards, make sure you know where it's at. It's there already. And I want you guys to use this thing. Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay. Here it is, the Freedom Calendar. So each day you match your LifeVantage income to your daily job income, you earn a day of freedom. I mean, how awesome does that sound? And it's not like we need 365 days of freedom. Well, we do, but guys, we repeat the same things over and over and over. What we need to do is get you 20 days of freedom. 20 days is typically the work week, a work month, 5 days a week. You may work 21 days or 22. Maybe you work all of the month. I don't know. Maybe you have no days off. And if that's the case, even the more reason why you need to be doing this with us. Okay. But what you see here is 20 days. And the example is this. Let's say you earn $200 a day with your traditional job. Well, each time you reach the 200 milestone with LifeVantage, I want you to cross off a day. That's a day of freedom. It's a day that's given back to you each month. It's like 12 paid days for the year. And then let's say it's 200. So then when your LifeVantage check gets to $400 a month, now you've got 2 days. Now, and this is based on our compensation that we earn through our team's efforts, okay? Not necessarily new sales. This would be your repeat customers, what we would call the residual piece, the piece that's coming in without you doing the work. So this is repeat customer order income. This is your team sales income, and then maybe some of the bigger bonuses if you are one of our larger leaders, right? So then day 3, how do you get to day 3? It would be if you got to the $600 per month at LifeVantage. That would be like giving you 3 days back. All right. And I don't know what your daily income is, but just, you know what you earn. If you don't know what it is per day, you probably know what you earn per week on your job, or you probably know what it is per month, right? Just divide that by 20. Divide how much you earn per month on your regular job by 20, and that is your daily income, work daily income. Okay. And then as you match it, let's say your number is 100 or 50, or maybe it's 500, maybe it's $1,000. I don't know what you earn a day on your job, but there is going to come a point at some point in every adult's future where they either physically cannot do what they're currently doing for money, or mentally they don't want to do it anymore. They're just burned out. And at that point in your life, you need to still have an income, so that you're not forced to do something you either physically or mentally cannot do anymore. That is what we're talking about. We are talking about replacing your income before you actually need it replaced. Build this well before you're thirsty, okay? Because at some point down the road, you are going to want to quote unquote retire. And I'm not saying kick your feet up, but you're going to not want to do what you're doing anymore. Now, how do we accomplish this? Because I know it can be daunting, right? And so to get to 20 days, I'm going to tell you that's going to take some time. It's going to take some time, because literally we're talking about replacing your full-time income, something you've worked for 10, 15, 20 years or more, with this business, okay? And so is it going to happen in a couple months? Probably not. Is it going to happen in a year? Maybe, but probably longer, okay? But we're talking about freedom, guys. We are talking about financial freedom. It's worth the fight, even if it takes a year or 2 or 3. Okay. So how do we get all 20 days off? It's real simple. It's called the Freedom 5. You guys, the Freedom 5 is the foundation for you getting your time back. And you hear the word freedom a lot interwoven in our trainings. It's because it's what you want. No one wants to be controlled. No one signed up to say, I want to be controlled for the rest of my life. We want freedom for the rest of our life. Unfortunately, we are bound, most people handcuffed to a job that doesn't give you freedom. That's what this whole exercise is about, is getting you focused on the right things. What will get you your time back? What will get you the 20 crosses, get your freedom for the whole month? It's the Freedom 5. Get 5 people personally enrolled to you, 5 personally sponsored people, and help each one of those 5 have 300 in sales volume or organizational sales volume. It doesn't matter, either or, because either or, that volume runs through your organization. You can do that. Will it take you a month? Probably. Will it take you several months? Most likely for most, okay? But get the 5. If it takes you a year to get 5, get the 5, because those 5 and helping them get to 300 SV, and that's just the standard. It's not the goal. The goal is 1,000. But help them get to 300, because that's where we're commissionable. If you don't have 300 in SV, you're not commissionable. Do that, and very quickly, you're going to start to see where you're getting some days of freedom every month. You get 1 day of freedom times 12 months. It's 12 days, guys. It's like 12 days you get your life back, right? I hope you see where this is tracking. And then if you really want to grow this thing, say maybe you've got 3 days, you've been able to earn enough money at LifeVantage that equals 3 days of work in your traditional job, but you're having a hard time getting the 4th or the 5th, or a hard time getting all 20. How do you do it? Start with you in the Freedom 5, and then you teach those 5 how to do what you've done. And I can assure you with certainty, if you replicate that behavior, if you repeat that behavior where you've done your 5 with 300 and you teach that to your team and you drive that through your whole organization where everyone's doing it, you will eventually have your 20 days. You'll have complete freedom of your calendar. And that's exactly, I mean, that to me is more valuable than anything else. It's much more valuable than money. Having free calendar to do what I want, when I want, with who I want. That's why you're in these trainings, guys. That's what this thing's all about. So I hope this lands well for you. I hope you understand why it's an important exercise, because this is not hard what we do. It's mentally challenging. It's between your ears. If you can win that battle, you're going to get your freedom. Thank you, guys.
So the Freedom 5. Thank you, Brandon. 5 to get 5. That's how you grow this business. I know that's what I did. And that Freedom Calendar is going to give your life back. So I hope you enjoyed all the training and the speakers, but make sure you go back and watch the September and October ones, because a lot of people didn't take the time to do that. And even if you do one speaker a day, 10 minutes at a time, just get it done. You can find them in the boards under business resources, under training, and it's the second one down for the build and grow. I can tell you, I've never missed a training in 8 years. I've never missed an event in 8 years. And the importance of plugging into these trainings is huge. My mom likes to say to me, Jill, you don't have to go to training. You know everything. I do not know everything. Every time I listen to a call, I learn one more thing. And if I don't, something's wrong. We'll always be learning. Now, please keep in mind, the holidays are coming up in December. Whatever holiday you celebrate, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, whatever it is. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you. There won't be a training in December. Then in January 10th, we have the corporate training. So get together with your teams or at your home, wherever it is, to watch the corporate training in January. And then in February, we will reconvene in doing these trainings. I hope you enjoyed your time today. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate everything about LifeVantage. We are one LifeVantage.